answer is yes. My plan is to run for re-election. That's my expectation.
So is that a yes, that you are running for re-election?
Look, I don't know where you guys come from, man. I've never been able to travel. I'm a great respecter of fate. I've never been able to plan 3.5 years ahead for certain.
And if you do run, will Vice President Harris be on your ticket?
I would fully expect that to be the case.
Here to react, we're joined by Dennard, the national spokesperson for the Republican National Convention. He joins us here live. Paris, interesting announcement there. A little bit of news from that first Biden press conference that we had waited 60-plus days for. The media finally asking him questions there. But he also noted, too, that he wasn't sure there would be a Republican Party in 2024. I want to play this for our audience and then get your thoughts.
I have no idea whether there will be a Republican Party. Do you? I know you don't have to answer my question, but I mean, do you?
Paris, what do you think he means by that?
I don't have a clue as to what Joe Biden is talking about. But what I will tell you is, on behalf of the Republican National Committee, which I serve as a national spokesman for, I will let all of your viewers know this one thing. The Republican Party is not going anywhere. We are stronger than ever. We are more united than ever. We are more determined than ever to ensure that Joe Biden is a one-term president. His policies are galvanizing Republicans and conservatives and even independent thinkers, Democrats and independent voters who are not lining up to agree with his radical agenda of raising taxes, killing jobs, and having open borders. This is not the type of policy agenda that puts American people first, and it's going to be rejected. So the Republican Party is going to remain united and going to be united around common sense ideas to put Americans first and to have an agenda that empowers and uplifts, not divides, like what we're seeing with the Biden administration.
Well, I've got to talk to you about 2022 before we get to 2024. And tell me about sort of the RNC's approach when it comes to finding candidates that you believe will win. I've heard from Republicans, they believe that they can win the House. And of course, we'll wait and see if anything might shift in the Senate here. But what are you really looking for when it comes to candidates?
Well, it's important to level set when it comes to the expectation. We only need 5 seats to take back the House and have retire Nancy Pelosi. It may be 6 seats if she's successful in trying to undermine the will of the people in Iowa. But I will tell you that when it comes to candidates, the RNC is committed to ensuring that we have the best resources to get the candidates across the finish line when they are our primary nominees. We are excited about the list of people who are potentially running, and we feel that the voters are going to make the best decision on each candidate that's going to work for them. We've seen the diversity of our candidates. We have more women serving that are Republican than ever before in history. We have minorities serving, Asian Americans, Black Americans that were elected just this past cycle last year, because we found candidates who represented their communities with great honor, with great character, and great vision for the future, not only for the American people, but for their constituents. And so we are excited about where we stand right now because the American people are responding to our message. They're donating, they're supporting, they're wanting to go door to door safely, and they want to do phone banking already because they understand what the stakes are. We are going to be committed to being in communities. Ronna McDaniel, our RNC chairman, already has committed $2 million to have Black community centers across the country again. That's because we know that we've got to turn out the vote and have a strong GOP apparatus to make sure these candidates are going to win. And they will. Speaking of voting, I'm sure you've been watching, as our viewers have as well, what's happening in the state of Georgia there. Their voting reform law coming out, just sort of, ensuring, voter ID for absentee ballots, and of course, adjusting those ballot drop-off boxes as well. There's been some criticism for this voting law out in Georgia, saying it's racist, it's voter suppression. What would you say to those critics? How are you viewing this new legislation coming out of the Georgia legislature? I think the people of Georgia understand the realities of the situation that is there. Georgia voters want to have election integrity. They want to ensure that their votes matter, are secure, and that they count. Any Democrat that is out there right now claiming that the Georgia bill is racist is wrong. They're lying, and it's shameful. This bill is a common sense bill that actually expands voting. It actually provides for voting to take place on Saturday. It provides for food and water to be properly given out to voters, as long as it is not partisan people doing it. The elected officials or the people who actually run the elections, they can put out the food and water for them, not partisan hacks that are trying to influence or do electioneering. We are honestly looking at a system that needs to be reformed, and that's what is happening. It's not racist, it's actually expanding voting, and that's the important thing.
Final question for you, Paris. I know you've got a pulse on what's happening with the RNC, the inner workings there. Can you give us a preview? Have you heard an update on the former president's plans when it comes to 2024?
Well, we don't have any updates on what he's going to do, but I tell you, for right now, we're proud to have former President Trump supporting the RNC at our upcoming spring retreat for our donors. He's committed to doing that. He's committed to helping us, and we appreciate it because he is still a galvanizing force for good that is inspiring so many people to really revitalize the America First agenda. And so we're proud to have his support next month at our retreat.
All right. We'll leave it at that. But Paris, if you've got any update, you come to us first at National Report. Paris Dennard with the RNC joining us live. Paris, thanks so much. Always great to see you.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.